Hi everyone, this is Becky from My Creative Life. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to share a layout in my Dina Wakley Blue Journal. And I'm finally going to do that denim page you see on the right side there. Now, if you have not seen the process for the girl that's on the left, be sure to check out my channel. I do have that process video up. And like I said, today I'm going to go ahead and do the right page. Now, this page is very intimidating. I'm very excited to use it, but I was really scared of how I would go about adding color to this page. This is a fabric denim page, and I've never worked on fabric before. So I decided to go ahead and use a stencil, and I'm going to add about 2 to 3 layers of medium on here. One would be the first one I'm going to add right now, which would be gesso. Then I'll add some paint. Now I am using this Dilutions stencil. I'm going to use some white gesso along with that Nuvo spatula. You can see there I'm trying to add it from the outside of the circles inwards. That way I will avoid any of it seeping under the stencil. Now at the end I did get a little bit of seepage from some of these circles, but I think it added more details to the layout, and I'm happy with how this turned out. So I'm just going to continue right now adding my very first layer, which would be this white gesso. You can see there I also went ahead and used some low tack tape to adhere my stencil down, because I do want to add another layer using my paints, and I do not want this stencil to move out of place at all. Now, the reason I added the gesso, I was a little concerned about how my color would show up on the denim background. So I wanted to make sure I had this white base to add my color to, so maybe I'll get a true color using the paints that I'm going to use. So here we have my gessoed circles, and I dried it just a little bit. It's probably about halfway dried right now, and I went in with my paints. I'm using 2 different colors there, plus the Dina Wakley Gilt Gold paint. So 3 different colors actually, and you can see that beautiful teal color I'm using there, but I found that it was just a little bit too bright and I wanted to tone it down a tiny bit. So I'm going to add in some of that darker color you see right above it and just blend all 3 of these colors together on each of these circles. Now, when I created this page, I wanted it to be sort of a companion page to the one on the left. So you'll see that these colors that I'm using here will pretty much blend together really nicely with the colors that I used on the left page. And I also wanted it to be able to stand on its own as well. So this page is mostly a quote, and it's going to be laying on, it's a very long quote I should say, and it's going to be laying on that beautiful background that I'm creating right now. So it will either stand on its own or it will go really nicely with the page that's next to it. So here I'm just finishing up my circles, and I truly love how this turned out. I cannot wait to work on more of the fabric pages in this notebook. There are some burlap pages as well, which I think I might try to use next. But I absolutely love this journal. The thickness of the pages in here is really awesome, and like I said, these fabric pages, I think I'm really gonna love them. So here I'm gonna reveal the circles. I love how this turned out. You can see with the little bit of seepage from the gesso, it left a little bit of a white outline around some of the circles. So now I'm gonna go ahead and add in my quote, which will say, "You are stronger than you think." And I am using these alphas. These I believe are from Tim Holtz, and I'll go ahead and list all of the items I used today down in my description box. Now, to tie in these alphas with the left page, once again, I am using the colors that I used on the left page and adding splatters on each of these alphas. Once I'm done adding those splatters, I'll go ahead and I will remove the back from each of these. These are chipboard alphas, and I do not want to add any bulk to the layout. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the backing from them, and then I'll go ahead and adhere each one of those to create my quote on my page, and I'll adhere them all using some liquid glass that's from Close to My Heart. You can also use maybe art glitter glue, or you can use matte gel medium that might adhere it as well, but today I'm going to use the liquid glass. I do add a piece of paper in between there, you can see. That way, if I had any of the adhesive leaking through the back, I did not want both pages to get stuck together, so I just added that paper in just to absorb any of the excess. And here I'm just going to go ahead and adhere each one of my letters down. Now looking at the words are and stronger, I felt there was a larger space in between those two words than the other words. So to distract from that, I decided to add a little bit of this pink paint, and I'm also going to add a touch of it to other areas as well, just to tie it all in together. I'm going to use my finger here and smear it across my page. I'm also going to pull in and smear with my fingers as well some of the Gilt Gold paint. Looking at my quote, I felt it was just sitting on the page at this point. I felt like I needed to add something to it to have it blend a little bit more into the page. So I went in with this marker, and now the tip of this marker is ruined. So I wasn't really concerned about damaging the tip of my marker with it brushing up against that denim page. So I went ahead, used it, and I outlined all of those words. I even went in between some of the letters that I could have. And I think that made a lot of difference with having the title, the quote, be part of the page and not just sitting on top of it. I also think it tied both pages together because the girl is outlined in a very, very thick black outline, so I think outlining this quote tied both pages together. So I hope you guys enjoyed this process. I hope it inspired you guys to pull out your paints and get a little bit messy. You can see here this was very, very simple to complete. I love how this turned out. I loved all of the colors that's blended on this page, the background it created, and that's such an awesome quote. And I think it goes really nicely with the girl on the left side. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. So here we have a close-up look. I'll have some still shots as well. And I want to thank you all for watching today. So until my next video, bye.